What's up, everybody? Zach is back with another episode of Journey to $1 million. And just like we called it, this seems to possibly be the bottom of the tech and growth dip. Of course, it depends on exactly which sector you are in, but it seems for the most part tech and NASDAQ growth are bouncing off of their supports. And anyways, today I have 3 interesting stock picks that you can build option plays around for you that I was personally looking at, and I am going to be adding to the watch list. But first of all, I would like to thank TrendSpider for giving me this opportunity to make these really awesome charts. And if you have been watching the blogs for the last couple of days, you might have noticed that I am using a different TA system than I usually do, and that is TrendSpider. If you go ahead and go on over to trendspider.com, follow the link in the description, you're going to get an additional 10% off using the discount code 10TS. And they are actually doing a Memorial Day sale right now for 45% off, so it's pretty much a win-win. But anyways, they automate everything, and you just click buttons. I will show you real quick. Just click some. Let me make sure I'm sharing the screen. Yep. Click these buttons. You can turn on fibs, the Fibonacci lines. You can turn on and off trends. There's different settings, indicators. They even have a heat map, and they do all that for you with just one click of a button. So if you're not very good at technical analysis, this is probably the right thing to be in. Anyways, moving on over to the 3 stock picks. First, I wanted to touch on BHP Group, which engages in the natural resource business in Australia, Europe, China, Japan, India, South Korea, rest of Asia, pretty much all over the globe. And they operate through petroleum, copper, iron ore, coal segments, basically mining, copper, silver, zinc, molybdenum, uranium, gold, iron ore, all of the different metals, ores, a little bit of oil and gas. I mean, it's pretty much whatever is working right now in this rotation into these cyclicals and resources, the inflationary period we're going through. This stuff is actually working pretty well. So if you take a look at this company, which has a global presence, and I did a little bit of the technical analysis on, and yes, they are bouncing on this major support right now, and I measured the different trends, the bull runs from the past 3 bull trends that it was in, color coded that, drew it out, and see if we could find the average that it would be going up, at least an estimate, and trying to hit this $82 range, which is pretty much what it peaked out for the last 2. And of course, it could always move higher this time, which I am pretty bullish in this sector overall, but I would expect to move up to around $80. So if you're looking into the options plays, I think that you could do $75, $80 calls, maybe dated toward end of the summer to be a little bit safe. But as you can see, if it follows exactly the same slopes, the lengths of the last 3 bull patterns that it was in, and then I think it should probably be around a month we could see those levels. Of course, this is assuming that it's going to hold this support. If it doesn't hold this support, it's probably going to fall closer to the $65, $70 range, this support right here. But nevertheless, that one is definitely one to be on your watch list. I wouldn't jump into any of these calls. Of course, you need to make them your own, but I do think that the technicals are showing buy on this one, as it has bounced off this major support before. But anyways, moving on to the next one, I wanted to talk about Gap. I talked about this one on Twitter. Go ahead and follow the link in the description to follow me on Twitter. I do the live trading there. Whenever I make a trade, I will make it public on Twitter. Sometimes I trade a lot, sometimes I don't trade so much. I mean, it just really is whatever I do. I'm not posting the fake trades, I guess you could say, just to post. But hey, you know, if any moves I'm making, I'm doing it on Twitter. Nevertheless, the Gap is, they are making, pretty much everybody, at least in the North American market, knows what the Gap is, but it's a pretty big apparel retail company. Operates a few different brands, listed them right here. And don't forget, Gap has the Kanye West Yeezy deal, which is supposed to drop in June. So that's a pretty big deal, I guess. I mean, I like Yeezy shoes. They're pretty comfortable. They're, you know, I think the Kanye West, anything with Kanye West, anything with Yeezy. I mean, I recently saw the Yeezy ones, I think, the Nike ones that were selling for like, I don't think $40,000. I saw a pair, like in real life. But crazy stuff. So anyways, Kanye West got this Gap Yeezy deal, which is supposed to launch in June as far as I know. I did read an article about that. So I think this could be an interesting opportunity. So did a little bit of technical analysis. We have this major support from drawn out from COVID, which it bounced on a couple of times before. But I think if Gap does pull back to the support, I went ahead on the TrendSpider, link in the description. You can set the alerts. So if it does pull back to the this trend line, then I'm going to get a text message. I'm going to get an email saying, hey, it either bounced on this one or it touched it or it broke through or whatever. So that's going to be really useful. So when I do get that alert, then I'm going to go ahead and that's going to be my trigger, I guess you could say, for an option. As far as option, I would, since it's supposed to launch in like June, which is not a very far away, I think we could probably do a little bit extra time there, especially give it some time. Usually just give yourself some wiggle room, and of course maybe even take profits on the way up to the launch and before the launch. Actually, that would probably be the smart thing to do, but it could be an interesting one. And then the last option that option setup that I have for you today is going to be Nail. And Nail is actually, if you've been following along on the videos, go ahead and smash the like button, subscribe to the videos, because I called this one out a while ago and it has run up. And Nail, what Nail is a 300% return of the Dow Jones U.S. Select Home Construction Index, which is pretty much, I mean, really hot right now. The housing market in the U.S., you're really getting inflated, really getting overpriced. In some areas it's very hot. There's a lot of demand and there's little supply. The homemakers are rushing out to build new construction, single family homes and multifamily homes, but mostly single family homes. Is really hot right now, and it has caused the raw material, like the lumber, which is the meme, I guess, for the lumber. If you're holding a bunch of lumber, you're a millionaire right now. But that's just how it is. So I think anything with home construction is going to be interesting. So Nail is in Dow Jones Home Construction ETF ×3. And of course you always have the safer version. You could do something like that, but like XHB. But I think Nail is interesting, and it doesn't necessarily have to be an option for myself. I would just buy common shares since this is leverage 3x, but you could always do options too. Could be interesting. And it is on support right now, so I went ahead and set my alert. If it does touch this support, I think it could make a run for around the 117 level. I did measure out this one of the latest bull runs, and the length and the slope, and see just about estimate where we're going to be. And that's pretty much what I do. That's how I do my technical analysis. So I'm looking to be in this zone. This zone is going to take 1 month, 1 week, 6 days when I drew it out. So it's about almost 6 weeks. So I wouldn't buy the option contract or vertical spread I would like here for exactly 6 weeks. I would always give myself some wiggle room, but that's how I do it. Nevertheless, let me know what you guys think. Excuse me. I'm pretty much back at it now. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm trying to catch up on my sleep. But anyways, links in the description for the Twitter. Smash the like button on this video. Really going to help me out here if you are supporting the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I do videos like this all the time. And prostockedadvice.com/blog is where I post all of my write-ups. Also, if you're wondering which broker I use, I do use Webull. And they're giving away 2 free stocks right now. So if you go ahead and follow the link in the description for my Webull, I really would appreciate that. They have a really good news feed, and their technical analysis is also really well too. But speaking of technical analysis, like I said before, the TrendSpider, it is pretty trendy right now. And I mean, everything is automated. So if you're not very good at technical analysis, I think that you could give it a try. I mean, you could always do a 7-day free trial if you don't like it, whatever. But they do have currently 45% off. Until June the 1st, I believe. But anyways, guys, I appreciate it one more time, and I will see you on the other side. Peace.